Oh yeah, it was a caller from New England too. Caller from Cali, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's
Thanks for
good?
taking my call.
Yeah, for sure, man. What's your thoughts?
Oh man, I missed your one show where you were talking about what you constitute as superstars, and you talked about super teams, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, who do you consider? What's your criteria for a superstar, and who? Give me some examples. We'll go from there.
My criteria for a superstar is any player that can successfully carry his team to consistent success. And consistent success to
Yeah.
me is playoff runs. Like let's say you make the playoffs every year, but you getting put out in the first round. I think a guy that can at least make sure his team is getting to the playoffs every year is sufficient. Or let's say you make the playoffs and make a deep run, losing the conference finals or losing the finals. Um, um, I think you don't need like 5 or 6 years of consistent playoff bursts if you can show me you can get all the way to the final. So an example of that is Allen Iverson getting all the way to the finals. He's a superstar. He's a guy that carried a team as the number one option to the finals. That's a superstar to me. Or a guy who consistently has his team in contention in the playoffs, like a Patrick Ewing. That's a superstar, right? So when you make a guy number one and he can't do that, and he's got the opportunity to show us that, and he can't do it, then that's a clear sign that he's not a superstar. So an example of that, give me a guy who has been the number one, but like I can't say LaMelo Ball is a superstar. The way he plays is phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree.
And he got superstar talent, but I can't give him a title of superstar if you can't even get your team to the playoffs. That's not a superstar. As a number one, right? Who else is a number one? Donovan Mitchell is a number one, and he's always had his team in the playoffs consistently. Utah Jazz and the Cavs. That's a superstar, right? So those are superstars, and I think at any given point in the league, I don't think we ever had more than 12 at one time. So between 12 and 10 are your top 10 to 12 players or your superstars.
All right. So I think I've heard you a few times on your shows where I'm not sure if you classify any players as all stars. I heard you say superstars, but the one that a majority of your chat disagrees with you, including myself, is Kyrie. I don't feel he's a superstar. I think he's an all-star. That's where I've placed him. But I heard your criteria, and so why do you have Kyrie as a superstar? Go ahead.
He led a team as a number one successfully.
Wait, which team was that?
Boston.
Yeesh, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
Yeah, but he did.
No, I mean, we can disagree there. He flamed out in the playoffs because he wanted to be the number one guy, right?
But he got his team to consistent success as a number one. Put a period.
But that's one team. That's one team, though.
Put a period at the end of that sentence, and that's my criteria. Did he not have Boston with the best record in the league the first year he got there?
I wouldn't say
no. They had the best. They came out of the gates with the best record in the league until he went down with the knee surgery, and then when he came back the second year, went straight to the second round in the playoffs. And yeah, you're right, they did flame out, but my criteria is not, if you ever flamed out in the playoffs, you're not a superstar. My criteria is that he had an opportunity of 2 years as a number one in Boston, and he was successful both years leading that team as a number one.
Well, one thing I'd mention to as more context to that, you got to remember those Boston teams were pretty loaded. I wouldn't say super on the brink of being super.
It ain't no such thing as a loaded team when your number two is a rookie and your number three is a second year player. There's no such thing as loaded when Tatum is a rookie. No. Tatum is a rookie, and Jaylen Brown is in his second year. And the number 2 that came over there that was the All-Star hurt his knee very bad the first game, and that's Gordon Hayward. That team was not loaded. Come on, man. Let's just stop. This is feelings again. This is, I don't like Kyrie for some reason, so I got to slight him. This is feelings.
No, I have no problem with Kyrie. I just don't think he's a superstar. That's just me. Because
but he meets he meets my criteria though. You ask me.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
by your criteria.
Yeah, by my criteria, yes. Yeah, he meets it. And you asked me a question, why do you have him as a superstar? And I gave you the reason, and he meets my criteria. Now, if I didn't have a criteria, then if my criteria was, it just can't be him, because that's what it seemed like it is. Like, it just can't be Kyrie. Like, why Kyrie? It can't be Kyrie. Name a point guard other than Steph, and Luka's not a point guard. He's a small forward. So Steph, SGA, and Steph and SGA are the only point guards I can think that's better than Kyrie. And and Steph is a debate. Right? So you name me the other point guard. If I'm a top 3 point guard in the league, I'm not a super name a point guard that's better than Kyrie other than the 2 names I gave
you. Let's see. If we're going based on leading teams to the playoffs.
No. Oh man. No. Just do your observation as a player. Name a point guard that's better than him.
Okay. D Mitch. No, that's a shooting guard. I'm stupid.
Yeah, he's a shooting guard for sure.
Let me see. Maybe John Morant. Let me think of some names.
You said maybe John Morant? Is that your answer?
Maybe. No, I mean, there's a debate for that, but
it's not. It's not. The only flaw Kyrie got is getting hurt.
And defense. He's not the greatest defender, but he's not a poor defender either.
He's not a poor defender either. No, right. So
he's okay.
I see people putting Trae Young in the chat. That's a negative. I see people putting Brunson in the chat. That's a hell no.
Yeesh.
John Morant. That's a hell no.
Let's see. Okay. How about Tyrese?
That's a hell no. The Indiana Pacers would trade Tyrese and Rick Carlisle for Kyrie Irving if they was the same age. Come on, man, get real, man. This man said it said Tyrese, and these dudes in the chat talking about some Jalen Brunson. Y'all got to be kidding me.
We just don't see eye to eye, man. It's like we see Kyrie as an all-star, like that's what
but you see Kyrie as an all-star, but you see Halliburton as a superstar?
No, I don't. He wasn't even the best player in my opinion on his team.
Of course. So right now you got SGA and Steph is the only 2 superstars at the point guard position.
You excluded Luka, so for now,
he's 1,000 pounds and 6'8". And he's just because you get somebody the ball don't mean they're a point guard. That's
just what he's listed as. If you don't want to call him a point guard, that's
he's not.
Fine. I'm
not
gonna beat you on that. That's fine.
He handled the ball as much as Paul Pierce and LeBron James at the small forward position. He's a small forward that the offense they just give him the ball. Everybody get out the way. But that's a flaw. When you got to give your 6'8" guy that's the slowest guy on the court, and he's out of shape and fat, and did I mention slow and needs a screen to get an advantage on the guy, and he's your point guard, and then your shooting guard is 6 inches shorter than him. That's a problem. That means that he's not good enough to come off the ball and still get his 25 points. Luka would impress me when he comes off the ball and be Paul Pierce the way he's supposed to be. He need to go watch Paul Pierce film. He need to go watch some big dog Glenn Robinson film. He need to go watch some Jamal Mashburn film. He need to give up this point guard hoop dreams, because he's not going to win like that. What's going to happen is he's going to have some dope years like James Harden had. He's probably going to get an MVP playing like that. and then eventually he's going to phase out of that position. Like he's probably still go play it, but he'll never be on a winning team playing it. He's just too big and slow. Like why? Like if you can't guard a point guard, why are you playing the point guard position on offense? That makes sense.
I hear you.
That's like being a quarterback, but you can't throw. You just run every play. Just be a running back. If you go shoot every play, if you go shoot 30 times a game, just be a off guard. Be a shooting guard, be a small forward. Let somebody else handle the rock. Let's go get everybody involved.
So, mind if I go back to something real quick?
Sure.
So, Kyrie's 2 seasons in Boston, that's good enough for you to establish him as a superstar? Just 2 seasons?
Yeah, I mean, he's got the superstar talent and superstar game. The last part of it is, do you meet my criteria? Can you show me that can you prove to me that you can lead a team successfully? Right. So once you do that, if you have the superstar talent, and I think you're a superstar, the last portion is now prove that you're a superstar. Like for instance, some people might when Clay was in his prime, some people might say Clay a superstar? Can he lead the team as a number one? But he never got an opportunity to be a number one on the team. So he never been able to prove it based on my criteria. Right. You have to prove it, right, to get the title. Right. So that's the last and LaMelo Ball has superstar talent as well, just like Kyrie had. But he has to prove that he can lead a team successfully.
I hear you. Situation matters. I agree with that. But I think most of us would agree that Clay, even if he had the chance to be a number one, I really don't think he would be a superstar. I really don't. But like you said, we'll never know because he didn't get the chance, I guess, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we seen Reggie Miller lead a team with the same skill set that Clay got. Well, actually, Clay, I would say Reggie with the same skill set that Clay had was a number one and was successful. So you would have to give him in the 90s style era, you have to give him superstar status.
Reggie, yeah, I do. Yeah, definitely. Pushed the Bulls to 7 in '98 and then made an NBA Finals 2 years later. I'd say so, but I don't know. There's just something about the difference between Reggie and Clay. Like you said, there's a lot of similarities, but I think it's his consistent scoring that puts him at, his ease. With ease, he scores, that puts him at superstar, while Clay is at all-star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, that's the beauty. That's the beauty in a guy being able to prove it. Because who thought James Harden was a superstar in OKC when he was a 6-man? I didn't. But
nobody should. Yeah.
But he went to Houston and proved it, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. But
right. So you got to get an opportunity to prove it. I mean, some people think Brunson is a superstar, but who thought he was when he was in Dallas? You got to get proof. Michael Porter Jr., he's got a lot of talent. He's got an opportunity in Brooklyn to prove something. Can we be looking at somebody moving into that superstar range? It's possible.
Oh, man, you crack me up about Michael Porter Jr. You really do, man. Like, he's a cool player, man, but I think you hold him to a higher standard. The man had back surgeries, early in his career. So, like, I don't expect him to be an all-star or a great defender. But that's a conversation for another day, though.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the beauty in it is we get to watch and see.
We'll see.
The great thing about me is I'm gonna tell you what I actually think. I'm gonna tell you what I actually think, and I don't mind saying it and being wrong about it.
That's good, man. I agree with you. If Michael Porter becomes whatever you claim him to be, an all-star or superstar in Brooklyn, I will come back on here and say.
Well, I didn't say. What I said is he has the talent.
Yeah, that's fine.
We don't know what he's going to actually be able to prove. I'm not projecting he'll be able to do that. But if he does, yeah, hey, that's gonna be something to see, something to watch.
Yeah, me and your chat, we'll agree to disagree on Kyrie. A lot of us think of him as a.
Well, let me ask you, why do you think he's not a superstar?
I think he's not a superstar because outside of Boston, he didn't lead his teams in the playoffs. Like he just didn't have good enough playoff performances, in my opinion. Like we just saw him in Dallas. Yeah, that's a bit off his prime. But I remember Luka got hurt in I think it was 2023. Luka got hurt in like February, and it was Kyrie's team, and they ended up missing the playoffs, right? So situation matters as we always talk about. But he did miss the playoffs, and then obviously in Cleveland, he was a second option. That's still again situation matters, and then Brooklyn, that whole Brooklyn situation, that was a bunch of oh yeah, it was him. It was Kyrie that was missing time because of the COVID
Hold on, let me
COVID rules.
let me stop, and then we go to each example you gave, but we'll do it one by one and be quick with it. Why?
I'll try, man.
Why does the Brooklyn situation factor into whether he's a superstar or not?
Are we talking about playoffs or the regular season?
Whatever you're talking about. Why does the Brooklyn situation factor in whether he's a superstar or not?
Well, they didn't win, obviously, and he got hurt in 2021. So you can throw that one out all you want.
Yeah, he got hurt 1 year.
And then 2022, we saw they got swept by Boston. So that's a knock on both of them.
So Kevin Durant isn't a superstar either.
Oh, he's a superstar, but
hold on. Wait. So if Kevin Durant got swept by Boston as the number one, but he's still a superstar, but Kyrie is not a superstar because he got swept by Boston. All right, that's already a contradiction. All right, so but we'll stop.
Hold on. I'll answer your question. I got you.
Okay.
Did KD not lead his teams to the playoffs in OKC and obviously jumped on Golden State? Did he not do that before? Because
right,
he did,
which is the same thing what Kyrie Irving did in Boston.
That's only 2 seasons, man, and I don't even still think
it was 2 out of 2 seasons. You had like it was 2 out of 7 seasons. You had like he had 7 opportunities to lead a team to the playoffs and only did it twice. He had 2 opportunities and did it twice. That's 2
out. That team. I'm not calling them a super team. I'm just saying he had a good support. He had Marcus Morris, Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart.
Wait. So Kevin Durant didn't have great support in OKC. Kevin Durant didn't have great support in Brooklyn. Kevin Durant didn't have great support in Phoenix. Kevin Durant didn't have great support in Golden State. Like, see, you're applying stuff to one player, and you're not applying it to everybody. So your criteria either don't exist or we can't really take it serious because you're not applying it to everyone equally.
It's hard to explain because we all established Kevin Durant as a superstar, and I'm telling you, like a lot of guys just put Kyrie at that all-star level. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain.
It's not a lot of guys that put Kyrie at the all-star level.
I'm telling you, bro.
It's not.
I'm telling you, everybody thinks. I won't say everybody. A lot of people think he's an all-star.
A lot of people like who?
Basketball fans. That's
like who? Like who?
People like you and me, fans of the game. I talk to, whether it's on the streets or.
I reject your deposit.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. We don't accept that here.
Read your chats. Ask them if they consider Kyrie a superstar and all-star. Just
let's
do it. Take a poll.
My chat has never swayed my opinion. So
that's fine.
It ain't no point for me to read my chat.
Some people think that way.
But listen to it. I have a criteria that I can apply to every player the exact same way to see if they meet my criteria. Your criteria changes based on the player. So let me add some more. So the criteria you use for Kyrie, you didn't use for Kevin Durant. That should already tell you your criteria. Like we got to throw that. It didn't withstand scrutiny.
No, sir. KD has the MVPs, the All NBA first teams to back it up. Kyrie, I think he's only made an All NBA third team. I think at his best. Kyrie was an All-Star his second year in the league. That's great, but I think he only made All NBA 13. That's it. Nothing better.
And do you know why?
Tell me.
Because he gets hurt a lot. You got to be healthy to make the All NBA team.
That's true. So you're telling me he was hurt at least some portions of every season to not make an All NBA first or second team?
Huh?
You're telling me Kyrie was hurt for a portion of each season, so he didn't make an All NBA first or second team?
It factors in for sure. But I'm also telling you that's not my criteria what a superstar is.
Yeah, you told me, but for me, that's why I hold KD and Kyrie to a different standard. KD is pretty much cemented himself as a superstar. Maybe not anymore. That's fine. But back in his prime, he was a superstar.
Sir, words mean things. You said you hold them to a different standard. That in itself, that sentence in itself is an oxymoron, right? Because a standard, a standard is just, it's a constant, and everyone has to measure up to that standard. You can't have different standards for the same definition. So how can you hold them up to a different standard? Well, here's my superstar standard. KD doesn't meet it, but he don't need to meet that one. I have a different one from KD. That's what you said. You hold them to a different standard. So the standard for KD is a little lower to reach, but the one for Kyrie is higher. Is that how different the standard is?
Of course, we all have different standards. The first option,
that's not what a standard means, right? Like if we at the factory making 12-inch rulers, and we have to measure all those rulers against a perfect 12-inch standard to make sure those rulers are all the same. The standard can't be different. I can't have a 12-inch standard and then a 13-inch standard and say I'm measuring these two rulers against different standards. They have to be measured against the same standard. That's what a standard is. A standard is a perfect, or the closest perfect is possible for a measurement, and then everything we create off of it, we bounce off that standard. Have you ever worked in metrology before, or calibrated test instruments?
I have not.
No. Yeah. I did that for like 6 years. Everything we measure in every test instrument we calibrate, we have to measure up against a standard. If I have a gauge that goes up to 100 psi, I have this standard that has been calibrated and checked, and it's perfect. So when I put 100 psi out of this standard into this 12 gauge, that's perfect, as close as possible, 100 psi. So if my gauge reads 100, then it's close to the standard. If it reads 90, I need to adjust it. So a standard can't be multiple things when you're trying to get the same measurement. And the measurement is, what is a superstar? What's the standard for a superstar? One standard, and everyone has to meet it. My criteria is a standard. If you meet that criteria, then I'm calling you a superstar. Your criteria changes because you said it's different standards.
Yes, I critique each player differently. I have different expectations for each player.
That don't make no damn sense. I got different expectations. I know
what they're capable of. Am I going to hold?
I have two police officers. They both are deputies, but I'm giving them different standards and expectations. One of them one of them have to wear his uniform, and the other one don't. Like, come on, dog. Everybody has to have the same standard, dog. You can't. It's one criteria. It's one definition. It's superstar. You can't have multiple. You can't cater it to the for each person. It don't make sense. Hey, well, my criteria for KD is this, but I got a different criteria for Kyrie, and then I got a totally different criteria for this guy. Bro, that don't make sense.
Well, like I said, KD is a superstar in my opinion. He's led his teams to the playoffs. Kyrie
did too.
Got two.
Kyrie did too.
Got two.
Kyrie did too.
You only got 2, and he has no MVPs.
How many times? Okay, so only the people who got MVPs are superstars.
No, but they also have all NBAs to
back. All right,
it up
so
too.
Why did you bring up MVP?
That's part of it. Like,
no, it's not part of it. Hold on. You just said that you can be a superstar without an MVP, correct?
That's right. You can't.
All right, so don't bring up MVP no more. So we done with MVP. All right, so you said lead your team to a playoff.
I factor. I mean, it decides. I wouldn't say decides. It's differentiates Kyrie and KD. Was Kyrie ever top 5 in MVP voting? Maybe once or twice.
What you're describing is that KD is better than Kyrie. All superstars aren't equal. It could be 2 superstars and one be better. Michael Jordan is a Michael Jordan is a superstar. You go tell me if you're not better than Mike, you're not a superstar.
No, I hear what you're saying there. I'm saying all right, there's a gap between superstar and all-star.
No, it's a gap between 2 superstars. KD's better than Kyrie. We can all admit that. That don't mean Kyrie's not a superstar.
It's by how much though. That's what I'm saying.
What's a superstar, sir? What's the difference between a superstar and an all-star?
Superstars are usually first options on their team. Can lead a team to the playoffs. Like
you said usually.
May or may not
you said usually. Right. So what's the exception? You said usually they're number ones. What's the exception to them being a number one?
Well, they could go to a different team, like KD did to
Steph. Right. So like when Kyrie went to play in Brooklyn with KD, or when he played with LeBron in Cleveland. So when you play with the first best player in the league, KD, and the second best player in the league, LeBron, obviously Kyrie and any other superstar is going to be the number 2. Even when Kobe played with Shaq, he was somewhat of a number 2, even though he still was a superstar and a number 1 in his own right. So it's certain guy. If you're playing with the number 1 and the number 2 guy, of course you're going to be the number 2 on the team. But when he goes to Boston, he's immediately the number 1.
He is the number 1, yeah.
Dude,
how many? But bro, how much?
Bro, I don't even know where to go with this, big dog. I don't know what else to say, dog.
he was full of he was better than those guys, and obviously JB and JT weren't what they are today. So yeah, he was the best one.
You just told me it was a stacked squad though.
Yeah, it was pretty good supporting cast. Yeah.
Yeah, a rookie and a second-year player, pretty good supporting cast.
It was Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, Marcus Morris. It was a good team, man. I'm not saying it was a super team.
Terry Rozier is a role player.
Of course he is.
Okay, Marcus Smart is a role player.
Pretty good.
Marcus Smart is a role player.
Yes, those are in fact role players. But
okay, so you name a role. So don't name role players. Role players don't make teams stack.
How should I say by stack, man? I don't mean it as super. It's just like a good quality team. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's every team that a superstar is on.
Let me see. Not always. Was 2001 Iverson Sixers or 2018 LeBron Cavs?
According to you, yes. According to you, if you got good role players, then it's stacked.
Was JB and JT role players at the time?
They were a rookie and a second-year player too. There was a rookie and a second-year player. Let me ask you this.
I get that.
Cooper Flag was the number 1 option. I mean, the number 1 draft pick this season. You think he gonna be a role player on Dallas?
Role player on Dallas, yeah.
Yeah, as a rookie, exactly. All right, name a rookie that wasn't a role player. LeBron when he came to Cleveland.
Magic count?
You can say Magic, yeah. Magic, LeBron, okay. Maybe Bird when he got there. We talking about the guys that are top 10 ever. Those guys come in and immediately can be the focal point of the offense. So you answer your own question. Was Tatum Magic or LeBron? Or was he just a rookie that was trying to figure it out like all the other rookies?
Okay, damn. Okay, I'll admit it. You got me there. I don't even know what Tatum's stat line was, but I know he played good in the playoffs. That's true. But like you said, he is still a rookie. Yeah, I can admit that, sir. You kind of got me.
All right, sir. Thank you for the
But
call.
we can still disagree on Kyrie, sir. I'm telling you, a lot of people have a bad and all-star level.
Dude, I do not care about a lot of people, man. A lot of people got Satan as God.
Yikes. But you have Kyrie as a superstar. For that reason, I bid you a good night.
And a lot of people got Satan as God.
No, I bid you a good night, sir. I bid you a good night.
All right, dog.
Thanks.
Yep.
Later.
Yep. All right, last one.